Hi, this is Alicia from Shore Stride. Um, we have some reoccurring feedback from our paddle clients, and that's that the ponies really do seem to change in the way they move and the way they perform under the paddle. And I just wanted to have a little look into that with you guys, and just tell you a bit about them and why I think that might be. Please excuse any banging around that you can hear. There's no one trying to sort of bash their way in. We've got a billy goat next door. And when he hears me speaking, he likes to make his presence known. This is our paddle. This one is a GP. This is hide and Clarino, which is extremely hard wearing. One of the things about the paddle that clients tend to like is that it's got the long dressage girth straps. This makes a big difference with little riders and their legs because it reduces the bulk under the saddle, but also for the pony as well. So it gives a nice close contact feel and comfortable without the buckles there. The other thing is with the really broad types are these Velcro Owen Pad-dles. They're EVA foam. They're very soft and squishy, but they allow clients to position them to give spine clearance. Spine clearance, but then couple that with Heather's layered leather tree, and you have something that will not dig into the horse's shoulders. There's nothing in there that is rigid to press or impinge on the horse's shoulders and restrict the movement. They are little loop stirrup bars. They're placed so that they help aid the rider's alignment, which some pony saddles I've noticed they are much further forward, and with the little riders they tend to pull them into a very much of a chaired position. So with anything, it's nice to be able to learn the right way the first time and not have to relearn habits or try and fight the saddle all the time and the position that it's putting you in. So that's a brief look at our paddle. There is another video on our YouTube channel and also on our TikTok channel, which goes again into the Owen panel in a little bit more detail. But if we have a look at some of the alternatives that I have moved on from, and then we might see some comparisons. This one here, this again is one of our paddles. I'll just slide that one over there. This is the full leather hide. It's all beautiful soft leather hide and lots of lovely padding. So before we had our paddle, we tried something like this. This is a generic pony pad. It doesn't have any branding to it. There, of course, are various degrees of pony pad out there, different makes, different styles. This is just a very basic one. It does have the longer straps. It has a E-fitting there, but this one happens to be the wrong way around, I believe. No spine clearance. No spine clearance there whatsoever. If a pony is very, very broad, then you may find it might work for you, but we prefer to have the Owen panel just to give the spine clearance. With regards to rider, there's not much there in the way of shape or padding. Often when the riders are first on these, they can feel cushioned. But as they are used in the same place, time after time after time, you can get pressure points that develop as the padding wears down because there's nothing in there to support it. Also, if you look at the width, if you've got tiny, tiny hips, that's not going to be very comfortable on a long ride. Sooner or later, you're going to get hip pain, as with adult riders as well on the cobs. So that is the pony pad. And with ours, I can see the difference definitely for rider and for pony within that option. Done this the wrong way around, really. This was something that my kids tried when they were very, very young. This is a cub saddle. Again, this isn't a branded one. It's just a generic one. It's very hard. It's very, very hard. You can't alter the fit at all. But one thing that I in particular dislike about the cub saddles is it's polystyrene. It can be very diggy. And I don't find that the ponies like those ones very much at all. We have Spitfires going over now. I don't know if you could hear those. A billy goat and a Spitfire. Then you might have something like this. They have their place. They have their place if they're fitted properly. Stirrup bars on this are further forward. For smaller riders, you have the bulk underneath the saddle flap. Of course, as I touched on before, the secret is in the fit, and it's getting a good fit. And with something like this, you'd have limited options, plus you have the opportunity that if your pony does change shape underneath it, then you would have to have it refitted, or worst case scenario, go through the whole fitting process again, trying different saddles, different fits, and trying to get something that works. We had something similar that to all intents and purposes fitted our pony. However, when she started to move, she started to trot, you could tell by her movement that she felt restricted and she felt instantly tensed. As I said, I think this type, a properly made little saddle, of course they have their place. Of course, if they're beautifully fitted and they're working for your pony, that's great. But of course, the nightmares as an owner and a mum is in the fitting. So let's go back to Heather's Pad-dles. Soft for both pony and rider. Nice little padded knee roll there. You can buy our purposely made little knee blocks that velcro straight on there, so you can reposition them where needed. They have a twist for little hips to preserve those. They have velcro panels to get a really good fit, which Heather does online as well, by the way. Her fittings are £35. And for a series of photographs and a template, quite often she can get clients a really, really good fit that works for their horse. And if, as we discussed with the fixed tree saddle, the horse or the pony changes shape, then you have a fitting with Heather again, which can get you a really good fit for the sake of £35, because potentially all that needs doing is moving the blocks. These are Owen panels. These are for the very broad, wide ponies. For anything that has a wither shape, has some shape to the back, we have our French flocked version. But again, it's based on Heather's layered leather tree, which is really the magical element to all of her saddles. I hope you like this video. Please let us know what you think. But I hope it explains a little bit as to why I believe that ponies choose paddles, because I really, really think they do. And hearing a lot of the feedback from our clients, that definitely a running theme is that when they put the paddle on and the paddle is fitted correctly, they can see a big difference in the pony's movement. And of course, our little jockeys love them too. Thank you very much. Bye bye.